Okay, so today we're going to talk about security. I'm going to start here with the login screen. A lot of you have never seen this because when the Newbound Network starts up on your computer, it automatically opens up a web browser, logs you in, and tells your browser to, or keeps your browser logged in for you. So when you first started up the Newbound Network, you went through the setup wizard, and that essentially tied your web browser to the back end. So whenever it starts up, it automatically logs you in. But if you access it from a different computer other than localhost, you'll notice my host name here is not localhost today, then it will ask you to log in. And security is a big, big part of the Newbound Network because the Newbound Network is all about connecting to other computers. But once you start doing that, you really want to have some security going on. It's one thing if you're only connecting to your own computers, right? If they're only connecting to each other and no one else is accessing them, then, security might not be so very important. However, the minute you start connecting with anybody else that you know perhaps a little less well than yourself, you want to know that you've got some security going on. So the big takeaway here is, for the most part, other than a very small handful of scenarios, you're going to want your security to be on. But what else is involved with security? There are other users that can use your Newbound Network if you let them. Currently, I'm the only user. I set up this user when I first started up the Newbound Network and ran the setup wizard. But it's very easy to create another user. Right, boom, we have a new user. We can configure them. Call her Ann, other user. And we can decide that she has access to port forwarding, email, talk, files, and that's it. Now we'll go ahead and make her trusted at that point. All right, and update, and boom, now we've got another user. Devices, these are all the devices that you've connected to over the Newbound Network, and you can set their settings for security, their groups as well. And then finally we have apps. Now all of the functionality that is in the Newbound Network has both application level and command level security. And that means for a particular app, you can include or exclude certain groups. But you can also, at the command level, add groups to the various different commands that your application supports. Now all of that is fairly complex, so we give you this nifty little reset to defaults button, and if you're ever unsure, you just click that and everything gets set to a sane basic setting for you. So most people will just keep it on the defaults all the time, and that's probably your best option. So that's really it for security. With that simple functionality, you can basically protect yourself and put people into specific groups where those groups have limited buckets of access, if you will, to your applications. If you want to exchange email with them, you put them in the email group. If you want to exchange files with them, you put them in the files group, etc. It's really fairly straightforward, and we'll walk you through connecting up to other computers over the Newbound Network in another segment about the SecurityBot. So looking forward to that, and I hope you enjoyed this and found it informational.